Welcome to the bold analysis. In a very shocking tweet, William Ruto's chief propagandist and spin master, Mutahi Ngunyi rather, is telling the president that stop romancing Kikuyus. They are ungrateful. You gave them 5 CSS, you gave them 2.1 trillion, but they are rebelling against you. And he's saying that you gave Luo Nyanza 2 ministers and they are welcoming you like a king. That is a narrative that has emerged from Mutahi Ngunyi. So I want us to debunk, I want us to review that and look at that narrative that is now the talk of town in the wake of Mount Kenya rebellion going on. Before I do that, I need to update you about the progress of our project in Watamu. I'm shooting this video in Watamu, that's why you're seeing unasikia background kuna wanyama wa huku, unajua watu huku wanaelewa. So we arrived here on this Wednesday morning. We were able to visit the 2 brothers, Edison and Harrison, who are living with disability. Pale tukaweka fundi, the work has started. So we took the logs, hizo miti za kuweka, tukasimamisha, tukanunua mabati, tukaleta mchanga. Actually, the mchanga has to be bought from somewhere around here. And tukanunua the other things that are needed za kwanza kujenga. So the work has started today. Now tomorrow on Thursday, we're looking at putting a full force, tuweke around 20 people, mafundi wafanye the walling, wafanye the roofing, tushanunua mabati, so hata na mbao za mabati tushanunua, waeke the roofing, na wenye wanafanya wall wafanye wall. The only thing remaining, where we are looking, the deficit we are remaining with, is kununua the dirisha and the milango. And I also wanted us to do cement floor and the walls, some bit of it, so that it can be stable. Nataka tutujengee nyumba mzuri. And so that is the only deficit remaining, around 30,000 or so. And I believe that by tomorrow, tukijaza hiyo, we shall have really made a big step towards this project. Over the wheelchair, it has to be customized. So there is a provider around there mwenye alikuwa amewapatia hizo zenye unaona, na hizo zimechapa hata zifanyi. So we are also working with that so that they can be customized for them, kwa sababu watazitumia kuuza ice. Mwingine anauza, Edison anauza njugu kitembeza, and Edison ndio mkubwa, Harrison anauza ice. So they will really use that. I really enjoyed talking with them, and this is Edison.
Nilisema yani mahali tulikuwa tukiishi na mama na mzee, ilikuwa ni kambini ambapo mzee alikuwa akifanya kazi hapo kwa miaka kama 30 alikuwa akifanya hapo. Sasa wakaja wakang'oa hiyo mabati, ile nyumba tulikuwa tunaishi, wakang'oa mabati. Sasa tukawa hatuna mahali kwa kuishi, ndio ukatokelezea huyu ilikuwa ni rafiki. Akasema bado tampatia mahali mjenge, manake tulikuwa tumekataa kwenda huko Chonyi huko, manake tuna kazi zetu hapa. So tukaacha wazee wakaenda huko Chonyi, sisi tukabaki hapa.
Wazee wako Chonyi.
Wazee tukabaki hapa, tuendeleze kazi zetu hapa. Pia tunawasaidia wao, pia tukifanya kazi zetu tunawasaidia.
Sasa tunawasaidia, anasema mnasaidia wazazi huko. Mkipata mnasaidia wazazi.
Ile kitu kidogo tunakuwa tumepata pengine ni 500, hata kama ni elifu, unaangalia kile uko nacho, kama 200 utawasaidia, utawapa nao pia.
Now, One thing I need to tell you is this. Hapa, I'm really feeling for them. Na Team Boyd, tushajenga nyumba, tutajenga nyumba. But we really need to stand with these two gentlemen. I really need people who can make commitments. We organize the local church. Hata kama tutakuwa tunawapatia budget hata ya 3,000 kwa mwezi, personally I'll be part of it, so that we are supporting the time being, even as we also support them put up a business. I wish nitawapatia pesa imebaki waeke capital, so that hizo biashara zao zisimame. But really we really need our help. Apart from the two, sister yao mwenye nafuata Harrison pia is ako hivyo. Yeah, I'm not able to see her because naambiwa ako Chonyi, somewhere far, people who know this place. So we'll do something. Now, that is how far tumefika. Since weekend, for the last 2 weeks, Rigathi Gachagua has intensified mobilization campaigns in Mount Kenya, and he's proven to be the man to take Ruto head on in Mount Kenya. Now and I said that the moment Rigathi will successfully take away Mount Kenya from the president, even those MPs and a clique of the cabinet, those MPs who impeached Rigathi from Mount Kenya will actually regret in 2027. And there is something I keep on asking here. Tell me, if Ruto realizes that I cannot be able to get the 3.5 million votes in Mount Kenya, will he have any business of picking Kithure Kindiki as the running mate? The answer is no. He will have to go look elsewhere. He'll have to go elsewhere. And that probably is the Western Wing, and probably Kamba or even the coast. In the long run, who loses? The person who loses is actually none other than these MPs. Because when you don't have, for the first time, if you successfully manage to work with around Ruto na hamna mtu hapo kwa number 1 and number 2, I'm telling you, the dominant person will be the coalition under where Rigathi Gachagua will be a member. And because that region, probably they are no longer going to vote for anyone apart from someone from there. That is the mamas around these places. These are the whispers around these places. So the first team that will regret is the Kimani, Ichung'wah, and the team. Now, what is Mutahi Ngunyi telling the president? Is it reverse psychology? He also comes from that region. Why is he pushing that narrative of president? You need to reboot. You need to chase your team. What is the objective of pushing that narrative? You need to know that Ngunyi is a political machinery for the president and is at the president's disposal. Everything he says has been sent by the president. Let me tell you something that is going on, and why the tweet by Mutahi Ngunyi is very intentional. Of course, he's saying the way he has been received. Can William Ruto fall for that trap? Toy Mount Kenya from government. Can he fall for that trap? Can he fall for that trap? The answer is no. But of course, he's sending a warning shot to cabinet members coming from Kikuyu that maybe it is time for the president to fire them and replace them with people who voted for him. That's number one. Number two, he's telling the MPs in parliament that it is high time you go and counter Rigathi Gachagua in Mount Kenya. If Mount Kenya cannot change to support William Ruto, then they will have no business being in government. That is part of the message. That you need to leave everything you're doing and go and counter Rigathi Gachagua. I'm telling you, counter Rigathi Gachagua iko. Nimeona leo there is a story of how Rigathi spent 2.1 billion for renovation of current residents in Mombasa residents. And of course, that is part of selling the reputation, whether irrespective of the merit of the story. And I dare ask, can Rigathi go? Could, even if Rigathi was the deputy president, did he have access to treasury to go and then scoop money and just use 2.1 billion for use? Could it be? Is it that possible? Is it that easy? The answer is no. So the budget is passed in parliament, and this came up during impeachment. The budget is passed in parliament. That there is a committee that passes it. Then the money is spent. So it is public money that is approved in the National Assembly. So when that story came up, I looked at it and I'm like, you guys, that is too late. That is too late, too little. Because if you are genuine about it, mngecall hiyo kitu mapema sana. But now he's out. Now I want us to, I don't want to lose the flow of that. So let's go to the intention. Let's go to the Mutahi Ngunyi script of telling William Ruto to chase Kikuyus from government. Number one, it is very regrettable because it is just promoting the shareholding narrative where Rigathi Gachagua was impeached. According to Mutahi Ngunyi, the Western Belt is now with the president, so they are shareholders. So those regions who nowadays don't welcome the president, don't give the president a warm reception, those regions are non-shareholders and they should not sit in that table. Too bad. But that is part of what Mutahi Ngunyi is saying. The second issue is this. The government is not, the way government works, resources are brought, the different avenues of taking resources to the people. One is that devolution, which is anchored in the constitution. One is Kera, Kura, those parastatals, which are also in constitution, but on how they divide, it's a bit different because Kura and Kera may decide where to build more roads than the other place. The other one is the budget making process. That with the budget making process going on, it is so clear that they can always influence some projects that maybe to kickstart that are going on there. So it is a matter that can always be done. Now let's finish by asking this. For someone who is rebelling, William Ruto is facing a rebel crisis in Mount Kenya. When Ngunyi is telling the president to rebel, is he reconciling the voters with the president, or he continues to incite the resentment against the president? And that is why I'm saying that all of it is not playing out of William Ruto's purview. He's actually the person that is propagating the game ahead on him with an very imaginary political view, a narrow political view, that the more game ahead, the more other regions love. It is high time for the politicians to understand that Wanjiku ultimately will start asking the hard questions. What have you done for the people? And those hard questions are questions that I don't think we will be able to escape. Ladies and gentlemen, that is my take. Let's meet in the next.